So this is an idea I've been working on for a while now, a way to combine my passion for personal growth and healing with my passion for cartooning. And I'm a firm believer that people can take whatever they're passionate about and use it in their own personal healing and growth. I've been just doodling and drawing since I was a little kid. And it's something that's stuck with me as I've gotten older. Went in and out of, an anime phase, and then got into sort of developing my own art style and putting my thoughts down on paper in a creative way. And it's throughout my years of growth as a human being, it's just been the one major tool that's always stuck with me. Being a tremendous narcissist like I am, drawing myself out in heroic poses or using successful imagery has always been a major mood boost for me when I take on new ambitions. I've also used my art in a sort of healing sense to take the stresses in my head and give them a physical form that I can then analyze and no longer be engaged with, but now have them out of my head. I would just call myself a cartoonist. I don't do anything particularly fancy or even, like, I wouldn't even call it elegant. One of my dreams, one of my goals, one of my ambitions is to be able to take on clients and help them get their own problems out of their head. I believe that people can heal through their passions, through their hobbies, through their arts. Oftentimes people use their artistic expression as a way to vent, but very rarely is there forward progress. Now, of course, this is a useful tool for people who are artists, but something that I'd love the opportunity to do is to be able to work with people who aren't as artistically inclined to help create for them their own caricatures, their own concepts, take the abstract difficulties in their head and put it down on paper. The best part about this is you're not drawing this for anyone else. You're doing it for you. It doesn't matter how it looks as long as it represents what you need it to. In a way, this is a type of vision board. You're creating the person you want to be or the problems you want to see removed from your life. And ideally, you would take these drawings, these caricatures, and put them someplace you would always be able to see them. After getting into cartooning myself, after spending years and years drawing, my mom chooses to reveal to me that my great-grandfather, Jack Romer, was a cartoonist for the daily newspaper in New York City. He did a one-panel comic strip called TV Titters. It was a different time. And I happened to be in possession of one of his How to Draw a Cartoon books that he actually published years and years and years ago. Great-grandfather. He was my mother's grandfather, if he could see me now. This is an interactive workshop, so I'll make sure to supply pencils and paper, but if you guys have an artistic medium that you're more comfortable with, I'd love you to bring it. My biggest challenge growing up was dealing with my emotions. I've always had extreme emotional outbursts, whether they be positive or negative, and bringing my moods out of my head and putting them onto paper has been one of the inspirations for putting this project together in the first place. I believe that there's two ways to be involved in a problem. There's being engaged with it actively in the moment and looking at it from a third person's perspective, if you will, taking it and analyzing it outside of the moment. When I take one of my moods and I draw it and I put it on paper, I'm no longer engaged with it. I now have the opportunity to observe and analyze and critique it. This helps give me more control as opposed to letting it control me. Art is really ageless. Anybody from the time they can pick up a pencil can use it to express themselves, use it to put pictures to things that are abstract, that have no physical form. And as such, anybody of any age who has a passion for artistic expression, I believe this can work for them. I'm hoping to empower artists to take their hobby and turn it into a tool that they can use to improve their lives. I'd hope to see artists of any skill level here. This is a place where you can feel comfortable in your expression. You're not doing this for anybody else but yourself. Who is Jesse Fifer? Well, what you see is what you get. Just a guy who's passionate about art and improving as a human being. It's a good looking guy right there, huh?